We've just signed in at the East Trail trailhead. We're actually going to attempt to do 5 peaks today, last of which will be Rocky Peak Ridge. Our first destination though is Blueberry Cobbles. So all of these peaks are along the same trail, so it should be a nice broken up little trip.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you what I think afterwards.
So we've just come off Blueberry Cobbles, so we're 1 peak down into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peak day. Just over there in the distance, right on the horizon, the high peak with the white slide coming down it, that's Dick's. To the left there, the pyramidal shaped mountain is Huff Mountain. You can just about see the top of Grace, and then you've got South Dick's, East Dick's or Carson Peak, and Macomb over in that direction. All 5 of those make up the Dick's range, and all 5 are high peaks, 46ers. This bump here is unnamed on the map, so I don't know what that one is. Going up here, this is Rocky Peak. Now that isn't Rocky Peak Ridge, as in the 46 that we're heading to. That's just a peak along the ridge. It's just simply called Rocky Peak. It's still over 4,000 feet, but we've got to go over that and then follow the ridge to the summit of Rocky Peak Ridge. Just in front of us here, this little bump is Mason Mountain, and that one there is Bald Peak. So what we're doing now is heading down here, up and over Mason, up and over Bald, down the dip and up to Rocky Peak, and then along the ridge to Rocky Peak Ridge, which is way over there somewhere, and then turn around and come back to the car. So it's going to be a long one, but not as long as the last one we did. And the colours are starting to shine through, the fall colours are starting to look pretty neat. So we'll see you up there. Okay, so I'm going to make this quick. Here we are on the summit of Mason Mountain, peak number 2 of the day, and the views from here are pretty good. Next stop, Bald Peak.
A bit of an awkward section here. Well, normally I wouldn't say this is so awkward, but it's a very hot day today. Everything's awkward. If you got a hot meal, you wouldn't need a jet boil today. Like cooking pot on the rock. Sorry, it's not so bad though. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Here we are then at the summit of a bald peak. Over in that direction is Lake Champlain and Vermont. There'll be the Green Mountains over in Vermont. I'm not sure which peaks are which, but I'm guessing you can see a couple of the 4,000ers over there. The views today are just amazing. There we can see a better view of the Dix range. There's Dix, Huff, Grace, Carson, Macomb, and coming across here there's our next destination. That's Rocky Peak. This bump here, the third one, you see 3 bumps. This third one here is Rocky Peak Ridge, the summit. It looks lower in elevation from this angle, but it isn't. And there is Giant. And I believe, yes, if you look over this direction, there is Hurricane Mountain. I don't know if you can, I can see the fire tower on the top. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Yeah, Hurricane Mountain. So then over there, behind there, will probably be like Western Mountain and the Soda Range will be in that area there. So off we go now, down the side of here and then up to the Rocky Peak Ridge for 46er high peak number unlucky 13.
What's up? You're a bit hot. Huh? You're a bit hot. I can't see it. How much sweat in the eye? This is a cooler section as well. So that's why I've stopped here. There's what is it? 31, 32 degrees? Yeah, something like that. Here in the shade, 32. Outstanding. Well, once again, with this kind of elevation, being out in the open has its benefits. Some nice breeze with us right now.
So this is the summit of Rocky Peak. Not to be confused with Rocky Peak Ridge, which is the actual summit that counts as towards a 46. That's just behind me. Over there is a little Arun that we just came over. Might rename that. That's the Mount Arun. That wasn't even expected. Over there's the. Let me get orientated here. Yeah, that's east. That's Lake Champlain. Over there, going down there. And Vermont over there. You can't quite see them now because of the cloud and mist. But just look at the views. These are fantastic. There's the Dix range, closer than it was before. And our final destination of today is up there, right at the top of that summit. That is the summit of Rocky Peak Ridge. That's where we're heading. Then we've got to turn around, head back the way we came, all the way back over that again and then down, and I'll tell you what, it's 32 degrees Celsius and that's before the humidity. I don't know what the humidity is making it, but the humidity is at last time we checked it was about 43% humidity, and this has been a nice trail, very scenic. Really enjoyed this trail for the scenery, and it's not overly difficult. There are some steep sections, but for me this is the hardest we've done so far, and that's just purely because of the heat. The heat is that much that it just literally saps your energy. So onwards to complete high peak number 13, Rocky Peak Ridge, and next week with Kayla, hopefully that one there, which is giant, but obviously we come up from the other side of that, and that should be a much easier hike than what this one's been. And those ones await us sometime. The Dix Range. What joy. Anyway, gotta get moving. See you at the top. Here we are then, we made it, the summit of Rocky Peak Ridge, and this is high peak number 13 towards our Adirondack 46ers. And over there we've got the Dix Range. There's Dix, Beckhorn, Huff, the triangle one, Carson, Grace, and over here that one will be Nipple Top, Colvin just poking out behind it, Dial just in front of Nipple Top, you can't quite see, and down here, straight down here, we've got Round Mountain, and behind that Noon Mark, which we've done last November. And over there we've got in the middle, the high one right in the distance is Mount Mercy. Algonquin, the second highest one you can see over there, and there's Mount Colden's over there. I'm trying to point him out, I can't see through the camera, but Colden is here in the middle, Algonquin is the high one on that side, Mercy is the big one, and then just in front of Mercy you can see the lower Great Range. Right in front of us here I can see Sawteeth, Gothics, Armstrong, a Pyramid Peak, which isn't a 46er but it's to the left of Gothics, Armstrong, Upper Wolfjaw, and then just here is Lower Wolfjaw. So as of right now, Shane and I have stood on that entire range, Mount Mercy, Algonquin, Wright, which is just to the right of Algonquin. Other peaks you can see, I think that was Big Slide and Yard, just over here. This one here, this one is Giant. That's what we'll be doing hopefully next week with Kayla, but we'll be coming from the Osable Club, which is down there in Keene Valley, so that'll be a bit of a shorter hike than what we've just done. About 6 miles to where we are right now, and we've got to turn around and go back, and we've got to go back over the peaks that we've already done, except one of them. There's a cut-off trail, so we'll be going back over Rocky Peak which is the beginning of this ridge, and then Bald Peak, Mason Mountain, and skipping round Blueberry Cobbles back down to the car. Over on this side then, so we're looking northwest now, is Whiteface and Esther to the right. Over here, not sure what this close one is, but you can just about make out, just over in the distance, can zoom in. Right here is Hurricane Mountain, which is one of the fire tower mountains that we did on St. George's Day last year. We sat on the top of that one and ate shepherd's pie. I believe it was shepherd's pie, wasn't it, Shane?
I think so.
Shepherd's or cottage?
Shepherds.
Shepherds, yeah, it was shepherds, remember. And over there, somewhere, I think, I might be wrong on this one, I'm not 100% sure, but it is in that direction. Round about here is Poker Moonshine, which we did on the same day as we did Hurricane Mountain. Also over there, behind Hurricane Mountain, is the Soda Range. Nundago Ridge, Big Crow, Little Crow. We did them also November last year. So as of right now, I'm looking at a 360-degree view of all these mountains, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 mountains that we've been stood on the top of. That's just wow. I always look forward to the day where I could stand on a mountain and look at the views and say, stood on that one, stood on that one, stood on that one. And we're getting there. Sometime this year, before the year's end, I want to be stood on that one, Dix and the Beckhorn. We also plan to do Colvin, Blake, which is behind Colvin, Dial and Nippletop, do all them in a oneer. That'll be a 19 mile and a very long day. Alan is over there somewhere, I'm not sure exactly which one it is. And right over in the distance, behind Algonquin, I think is the Santanoni range. It's just, yeah, just poking out to the right, over in the distance there. So there's plenty more to go. This is High Peak 13. That one, hopefully next week, will be 14. So we're knocking them off slowly but surely. And also, Bald Peak, which we did on the way up here, was a 29er. And I think it was our 19th 29er. So we're chipping away and we're getting there. So as we all know, the summit is only the halfway point, so we've got 6 miles to head back to the car. But it's a lot of downhill, thankfully, because this is the highest point. There's still some climbing to do because we've got to go up and over the mountains, but it won't be as bad as when we came over here. Over that direction is Lake Champlain. It's quite misty over there. You can't make out the Green Mountains over there in Vermont. But trust me, they're still there. So yeah, down to the car we go, because we all know what time it is. It's beer time. So here we are at the end of another successful hike. 5 peaks. Adirondack 46 er number 13. Adirondack 29er number 18. Beer time. Cheers.